Hey, how's it going, everyone? So, Clubby and I were going to make the Saturday Morning Random show this week, and as we went to record it, we had a little bit of an issue. The project we were going to do, we started recording it yesterday. The project we were going to do required something that we simply didn't have access to at the time, so we're gonna have to go ahead and do that one next week. But I still want to have a video for today, and over the past few months, a lot of people have asked for me to do a Q&A, so I guess that's what we're going to do. A few hours ago, I had people send in some questions on Twitter, so I'm gonna go ahead and answer a few of those, and let's get to it. The first question comes from Shiny Xander. Is this a NUZLOCKE? Yes. Yes, it is. I mean, if you really think about it, you can only die one time in real life. Once you're dead, you're dead for good, so life is kind of like a NUZLOCKE. The Sheep Killer asks, how did you meet Clebby? I'm not sure. I feel like we answered this at some point on our Valentine's Q&A, but just in case we didn't, I'll go ahead and answer that again here. So it's actually pretty simple. I used to do a lot of live streams, and back in 2012, she was just a viewer of the stream, and at some point she actually added me on Skype, and we just started talking, and that was pretty much it. It was just kind of went from there. It's not some fancy romantic story, but I guess it's a little bit romantic if you consider that if she never added me, we probably wouldn't be engaged right now, so that's a thing. Eden Varden asks, what is the worst thing about having a popular YouTube channel? There are little things, like if I want to just use my username and I go to a Twitch stream and I like post in someone's chat, almost every time someone will recognize me and they'll like ask me, Scykoh, where's Glitchfest and stuff like that in random people's channels, and I kind of don't like that because I don't want to talk about myself or have the conversation be about me in someone else's channel. I think that's kind of rude. So there's little things like that, and I guess there's the pressure and the stress of like having to provide content for people, because the more effort you put into things, the more people expect, so you have to continue to put lots of effort, and I guess trying to please your audience to some extent can be stressful, but overall there's not a whole lot of bad to a big YouTube channel. I don't see it as a negative in almost any regard. MKM Jordan 2406 asks, when did you start YouTube and what got you into it? And actually a whole bunch of other people asked similar questions, but the basic gist of things is I've always been about Let's Plays. That's what got me into it. Back in 2009, early 2009, when I was 17, actually after I graduated, my parents got me a graduation present. They asked me what do I want, and what I got was a pretty good microphone, and that's the one I used up until sometime last year where I got this. The mic I have now is probably something that you hear on actual radio, so it's kind of like a more professional mic, but the one I had before was pretty good too. So I had that mic, and I always wanted to do Let's Play, so that's what I started with. I did a Aladdin Let's Play. This was back on the Scykoh channel, and this was in 2009, and it was really, really, really bad. I mean, it was painful to do because I'm just not a very talkative guy. I've always been a very shy guy. I've kind of broken out of that shell a little bit for YouTube, but it was very hard for me to just talk. You know, I got tongue-tied a lot. I just hated it. I didn't like how I sounded because I sounded a lot different at the time as well. So it was pretty brutal. After that, I started doing Street Fighter 4 match videos, which didn't really require commentary. And after I got up to 100 subscribers on my channel, which took a while, but Street Fighter 4 was pretty big at the time, so it didn't take too long. So after I got 100 subscribers, I did a live stream special. I did a 24-hour live stream of Street Fighter 4 to kind of celebrate, which basically no one watched, but that's kind of how the whole thing got started. After that, I kind of just continued to stream for the next, like, 4 years, and it wasn't until February, I think it was, in 2013, where at that point, I've kind of done, I did a lot of college, I took film classes and editing classes and all this stuff, and I decided, what would it be like if I put all of my effort into one video for YouTube? So I did that. I made the top 10 ugliest Pokemon list, and it all kind of went from there. That was the only video I really made from like February until, I think it was June. And just off of that one video, over time, it started to get a lot more views. At first, it got like 300 views, which was just from my stream audience. And then here and there, to get like 5 views here, a couple views there. But then after a while, it started to get like 100 views a day. And then by the time it got to late May, early June, it started to get like 1,000, multiple thousands of views every day. So it kind of just really started to pick up. And eventually, I got to 1,000 subscribers based on just that video. And that was enough to become a partner with the network that I'm partnered with, which is Union for Gamers. So I did that, and I became partner, and I guess from there I just kind of started to do more videos. I did the top 10 cutest Pokemon video. I did like a Shadow the Hedgehog review thing. I started Glitchfest, which was just an idea that I had, which really took off, and it all just kind of grew from there, and suddenly we're at a point where I haven't posted a video in 6 months, but I'm working on it, guys. It's gonna happen eventually, and, well, we're getting pretty close to 400,000 subscribers. It's pretty awesome. PK Studios 1993 says, you're my favorite content creator. Can you give any suggestions for beginner YouTubers? It would really mean a lot. Sure, no problem, man. So the basic tips that I can give for a beginner is just do your absolute best to make videos that people actually want to see, because if you make content that is kind of lazy or it's just kind of slopped together and you throw it out there, there's so many people that are already doing that, so you're just not going to stand out, you're not going to get recognized. And there's no real quick easy tip I can give to just be like, do this and you'll get big on YouTube, because that kind of doesn't exist. You might be able to do that if you hop on like some kind of trend, but a lot of the times people that get big with trends, as soon as that trend dies, their channel also dies. So it's something you might want to try if you can find a trend, but it's not exactly the best idea a lot of the times. The best thing, like I said, is just try to make every video really good and try to make every video something people actually want to see. And over time, eventually people will find it. It might take months or years, but eventually, if you have really good content, people will find it. You want to do your absolute best to not have any videos that you're not happy with and not have any videos on your channel at all that are just like throwaway videos. Like, you could consider this Q&A video to be kind of a throwaway video, but my channel's kind of already taken off a little bit, so I can do stuff like this. But you have to imagine, when you're a new YouTuber, you have to imagine that every single video you make might be someone's first video of yours they see. And if that one video they happen to watch is something they don't like, they might not watch a second one. So if you have 20 really great videos and then like a couple that are kind of junky, if someone happens to click on one of those, they might not subscribe, they might not check out the other ones. So you really want to do your best to make every video count. And I'm sad to say, but for a lot of YouTube, the production values have kind of gone up. A lot of people expect more, so you'll probably want to invest in a good mic and a good capture card and a good camera, depending on what you want to do. It's just kind of something you have to do, but you shouldn't have to spend more than a few $100 to get everything you need. So just do that and be very patient. Be very, very patient, and hopefully something will come your way. NUZLOCKE says, saw footage of yours on Did You Know Gaming and The Completionist. Any chance of doing another collab with a fellow YouTuber? So the footage that was on there, I think they just decided to use it. I didn't actually talk to them about that. It just kind of happened. I'm totally okay with it. They gave me credit and everything, so it's all good, but that wasn't like something that I offered to do for them or that they asked to do. They just kind of did it. As far as collabs, I would absolutely love to do more collabs. I love the one that I did with A+ Start. The only issue is that I'm so bad at actually getting videos out because I try to do so much on YouTube, and when you do collabs, you kind of have to meet certain deadlines a lot more than you would normally, so sometimes things just don't work out like that. But I would absolutely love to. I mean, I love Did You Know Gaming. I love The Completionist. If either of those guys asked me to do a collab, I would absolutely do it. But yeah, no one's really reached out to me to do collabs, so if another big YouTuber wants to, I'm down. Redstone Nexus asks, what's a real-life place you've never been to but have always wanted to see? So I have actually never been out of the country. I live in the USA, and I've never visited anywhere else. There's a lot of places that I really want to go to. I would say the biggest ones, though, are definitely Japan. As a nerd and as someone who's grown up with video games and anime and all that stuff, I absolutely love Japan, and I love all of the non-media stuff as well. I think Japan's just an interesting place. I spent a few months trying to learn Japanese as well, so I don't know, it's just, that's definitely my number one. Number two would probably be Scotland. I have a lot of Scottish heritage, I guess, so I guess it's a cool reason to check it out, but honestly, I just think it's a cool place. It's somewhere I'd like to go visit. And one place I really want to visit is actually Antarctica, which I know is a little bit crazy, and I don't know if I'll ever make it there because it's pretty much the most expensive and most complicated place to visit on the planet, so I don't know if that'll ever happen, but maybe someday I'll visit Antarctica. We'll see. And I guess that's gonna wrap things up for this one, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Sorry that the Saturday morning random show is not here. I hope you guys enjoyed the Q&A. If you think I should do more of these, just let me know, and I guess we'll see you guys next time. Take care.